Welcome to the Women Who Hunt podcast, where stories from the field are shared, women in the outdoors are celebrated, and we inspire the next generation of hunters. From first-time adventures to lifelong pursuits, this is where passion and community meet. The Women Who Hunt podcast is proudly supported by Gun Traders Australia, Australia's dedicated firearms marketplace for licensed shooters and hunters. A family-owned Australian business trusted across the industry. Gun Traders brings people together through trust and connection. Here, brands don't just advertise, they belong. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to another episode of Women Who Hunt. Today I'm joined by Claire from Free Range Outdoor Adventures. Claire's a hunter, outdoor educator, and passionate advocate for helping women build the knowledge, confidence, and practical skills to find their place in the hunting world. Her work brings together hunting, bush skills, firearms, fitness, and a genuine belief that women deserve a supportive and judgment-free space to learn. Today we're talking about Claire's own journey, what shaped her along the way, and why creating better pathways for women matters so much to her. Claire, thanks for being here, mate.
Thank you so much for having me. It's very exciting.
So before we get cracking into what you're doing right now, how did it all begin? How did it start?
Well, so and I'll have to send you a photo of this because I'm so proud of this photo, but I was raised military. My dad started in the Army Reserves and then he moved to the Navy. He got seasick in the Navy, so then he ended up in the Air Force. So he's done all of it. And so I was raised with my two parents still together. They've got 9 kids. So I've got 6 brothers and 2 sisters. And yes, they're all my parents' kids, and they're, like I said, still together. And so he would be deployed all the time, and he'd bring back his uniforms. And back then, the Air Force uniform was the same as the Army greens. Now they've changed it to the blues, the blue camo. And so I have this photo of me when I was younger, all dressed up in my dad's army stuff. And like, I've got a big thumbs up and I'm so happy. And I always look back to that because I always did want to be in one of the either military or emergency services, like the cops or paramedics or something like that. But my dad obviously didn't want his baby girl to join the army. So I never ended up doing it because then I had kids. So I will show you that photo. We can even post it online. But
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's where it all started. And he used to go out hunting. I didn't go with him at that stage. But I had always been an outdoor person. Just, like not like a feral kid, but just like, like these days I'd say, a feral kid, but it wasn't like that. It was just being a normal go outside, come inside when the street lights are on, that kind of thing. And I was climbing trees. I would always be in the bush, and that was my happy place, outdoors. And it still to this day is. So, from there, I just did school and all that kind of thing. I moved to the Gold Coast when I was 18 because, and that was from Sydney. I didn't like Sydney. It was just very busy and I wanted to like live on the coast or something like that. I met my husband up there, and he was in the Army Reserves as well. And his family is originally from inland of Ipswich in Queensland. And they were all into hunting. It's generations back for them. And so that's when I kind of took off and got more and more and more and more and more into it. And then even like more into it than my husband now. So like I kind of took my own direction and I just love it so much. I just love being outside. I love hunting. I love on foot hunting because I'm in nature and you gain those skills. You can think, you just like, you know what I mean? It's just that feeling. It's not just about the hunt. It's about the outdoors and everything.
Connection.
Yeah, the connection, the grounding, just where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So,
your earliest hunting memory?
um, so after I've got a few stories. You probably get so many people who have stories, but it's fun. That's why I'm a firearms teacher. Like I teach the firearms safety course, and people have the best stories, and I just love that part of that. So I had just had my third child, and it's a long story. I got bedridden with her because just a few complications, and I am a very active person, and so when I'm bedridden, I just went nuts, and so I put on a lot of weight, right? And so when I had her, we went out hunting on a family hunt, and I was so unfit because I had just had a baby, and I had put on all that weight. And anyway, I hadn't shot a goat at that stage. I had shot other things like legally shooting kangaroos for farmers and that kind of thing. But we went to this really hilly place up in Tenterfield in New South Wales, and we saw the mob of goats, and I missed my first shot, and then the second shot I got it, but it was all the way down this massive hill. And I was so unfit, and I just remember this. I've got this picture as well. I'm so happy that I've got the goat, but then I am so red and puffed because I had to go all the way down the hill, and then we had to pull it up, and I just remember dying. I was like so out of breath, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I guess there was the happiness of, oh yay, I've shot a goat, we get the meat and everything. But man, I remember it because I just remember I want a helicopter to come get me out. So unfit. And that is just totally against what I even believe, but I did it, but I remember it because of that. So I was like, have a helicopter on hand because I just am not walking up the hill.
The exhilaration, the all of the stuff, and then oh man, now we've got to get it out.
Oh my gosh. And that's the thing. And now I'm like really strategic with, like, you've got to be safe shooting, but I'm like, okay, what is going to be the consequence? Am I going to have to walk up this massive hill? So I'm very strategic in where I shoot. However, I am a lot fitter now, so I don't struggle in that way anymore. But yeah, that's a story that I remember because, yeah, that was crazy.
And a lot of the time, that's not what people think about. But it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Because you've got to recover that animal.
Yeah, because if you're
like,
shooting, yeah, that's right, in remote places and you can't access it with a quad, a Polaris or anything, then you have to go get it yourself. And
Yep.
you can, obviously, you like cut the parts that you need off, but that takes time as well. And then you got to backpack it out. So, and that brings me to why I'm doing this Hunt Fit program. So it's actually called Hunt Ready, but it's going to be part of what I teach with the firearms. So I guess New England Hunters and Gatherers is a business that I run, and we do firearm safety in Armidale and the New England, and then also on top of that, I'm combining my skills in my fitness industry skills, getting hunt ready. So that is a program, an 8-week program that will be coming out in the next month.
That's awesome!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Talk me through that. So you're a firearms trainer. You're a fitness trainer.
Yeah. So I have so many stories. I don't want to blabber on, but I have done so many things in my life, as in, like, people call me the jack of all trades, and I'm like, well, at least call me the Jill of all trades, not the jack.
Fair point.
Yeah. And so my personality, and everyone that knows me will know this, that I've done so many qualifications because I get interested in it, and then I've learned it. So what's next? And it's always what's next. Otherwise I just get so bored. So I did my personal training. So personal training, gym instructor. I've done stick mobility, which is like you'll have to look it up. It's called stick mobility. We literally do like stretches with sticks, but it's actually so effective.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I'm a Pilates instructor as well. what else? I've done business admin, bookkeeping, mortgage broking, so many things. Yeah. I've done half a degree in criminology and justice. I've done intelligence stuff. But yeah, the fitness industry is one thing that I've ended up in because I've done it for 20 years. I've done it part-time, casual, full-time, and I just know it's me. I just know. And it pairs with everything outdoors. So I tried, like I recently was in intelligence for the government, and that's like, oh, so cool. And it was cool, but I was also stuck behind a desk.
Yeah.
And that does not go well with me. I figured out after 2 years. So yeah, I've got a lot of experience in the fitness industry, and I want to pair it with hunting, and especially military. Like, I love military. Like I said, I wanted to be in there. I didn't get the chance, but me helping out with cadets as well, doing the physical for them as well. I do that up at the uni. That's close enough. And then my type of training, my own business is called Hybrid Tactical Performance, and that is all these businesses are on par. There's 3 of them, but yeah, they all work together. So yeah, I worked tactical with first responders, hunters, outdoor enthusiasts, women. I just love it. It makes me happy.
So at the end of a session, what makes you high five yourself and go, that was a cracker. I nailed it because of XYZ. What's your benchmark for I cracked it today?
At the end of a fitness session,
Yeah.
if I've trained someone.
Yeah.
So if they've achieved their goals, because I'm telling you now, people, they don't know how capable they are. They work up to a certain point, and then you push them and help their mindset. They've achieved that, and now they're confident and they're moving up and leveling up in life, and that makes me happy. Like, I get so excited. Like, I did forget to mention I'm also a high rocks coach. Have you heard of high rocks?
What is that?
Yeah, high rocks is like, have you heard of CrossFit?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's kind of like CrossFit, but it's more accessible for people who aren't like top. It's for everyone. So for beginners, medium, elites, and it takes away the Olympic lifting, but has more functional. You should look it up. It's got like running as well as functional movements like wall balls and sled push, pull. It's really extremely good for you, and anyone can do it. I've seen 80-year-olds do it as well. So that, I forgot where I was going with this.
We were talking about what makes you say you've cracked that session.
Yes. So when I push someone to do what they thought they couldn't do, they're just a different person. They're leveled up, they're moving on, they're like, oh, I can do that, instead of staying still. Like, it's just cracking that for them, getting that mindset right, you know? Like, the fact that they know they can do it is me. Like, I'm happy. With the high rocks, like, I had people doubt themselves that they're not capable to do it. But when I see them training and killing it and absolutely like loving it, that makes me emotional. And that's how I know that that's where I'm meant to be. I love seeing people be fit and healthy, live their life to the fullest potential. Like, you know, that's what we're meant to be, loving life. Our life is so short. We need to live it to our full potential. And 100%. You don't know what you're capable of unless you push yourself and do hard things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does that link into the hunting, do you reckon?
Well, it's all functional. So if you think about all functional movements in hunting, it's functional too. You're going up, down, you're leaping over fences with your firearm unloaded, I hope. And yeah, if you think of the body and how it moves, sitting down, standing up, jumping, this, that, it's all to do with that. So it all connects in. And especially the outdoor stuff, like, I don't know if you've heard of rucking. It's where you wear a really heavy pack, like 20 kilos, and then you'll go hiking with that. And that's so motivating that you can do that, you know?
Yeah.
Rucking's becoming a big thing too. I think they've got like rucking races now.
No way.
Yeah. Ruck
Wow.
Australia. I think that's who it is. I'm calling out someone who's not even sponsoring me, but Ruck Australia, yeah, they do that. But also Taxos sells the weighted vest. So it's not this not the backpack, but it's a weighted vest. So I do use those a lot as well.
Why?
Because if you go one harder, you go a few harder, and then your running becomes better. So if you got your weight on you, then when you take your weight off and you're running, you feel light. So we want to train, like with wall balls, if you're doing like a really heavy front squat in that movement, then your wall ball is going to be very efficient because you trained that heaviness in the same movement. So
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
And talk to me about being a firearms trainer.
Oh, it's so fun. It's just so like the thing that gets me is people come in here and they're like, oh my gosh, I've got a test. They're so scared about the test. And I was like, guys, I'm going to go through it with you. It's competency based. You're going to learn everything in the field. I just need you to know the foundations and the legalities, and so you know how to be safe. But my main thing that I love about it is that I hear the stories, so many stories, and we just laugh together, and it's the community. And that's what I love about it, you know, and they love that. And I don't mean this in like a sexist way or anything, but I mean, like, because I'm a female as well, they love it. They're like, oh, you know, it's like they're so shocked that I'm a female, but I just love it. I laugh with them, and we can be, I don't know if you feel like this, but in that kind of community, you can be yourself.
Yeah.
When I was working with the government and other people, used to be so serious. I can't even make a joke about anything. And then I used to like just, because when I was working for the government, I would hold it all in. And then if I was teaching like a firearms course after, oh my gosh, I would let it all out, and we're laughing because I was like, guys, I've been holding this in all day. This is me coming out.
Like someone opening the can and the real one coming out.
Yeah. But it's so nice. Like, you can just talk about, you know, it's like, yeah, I shot this and I shot that and I did this and this happened. And it's such a fun vibe, you know, and energetic. And that's who I am. Like, I want to celebrate with people, be happy, have fun, laugh. I don't want to be this serious. Like, I can be serious when I need to be, but I just want to hang out with that community. Like, I crave their, like, what's it called when you're hanging out,
like your
company.
engagement. And
yeah. I crave their company. That's, you know, yeah.
And it's one of those things, it's an elective, so they're choosing to be there.
Yeah, they're choosing to be there, and they love being there. They want so many workshops. Like, I'm happy to put on workshops, you know, like I wish that we could do like a big Australia-wide thing, because we're such a big community and we all need to come together. Like, if you look at what's happening in the world, everything's tightening, and I was like, but we are a big community. We need to stick together.
100%.
Yeah. And that's where, yeah.
What's one of the biggest misconceptions or the biggest misunderstanding that people come into your world in any way, shape or form? What do you think the one thing that they misunderstand or misinterpret about the firearms and shooting and hunting community is that you hear a fair bit?
Well, there's a few of them. One of them is that they're scared of the firearm. That's a big one. So I guess naive to how it works and what it's actually used for. I think number two would be that they think that we go shoot giraffes and stuff and just leave them there and just don't care. Like, just really, like, I mean, yes, there are some, I'm not saying you can't go shoot giraffes because there are reasons for things. But they think that not even just Africa, in Australia and all those types of places, that we just go shoot them and don't care about them, you know, like, just like, whatever, see you later. But that's not true. You know, we shoot and we eat. And one of the things I ask them, I says, do you eat meat? And they say, yes, I do. I was like, well, do you know where your meat comes from? And they're like, no, I don't want to know. And I'm like, the place where the animals go for a supermarket is way less humane than what we do. You know, we're doing it way more humane than what they would do. You know, we're doing one-shot kills most of the time. We don't want them to suffer. And then we use every single bit of the animal. Most of us do, you know, like we've got the hide, we've got, you know, you can use the organs as well, the meat. You can even use the linings of the stomach to make sausages, you know. So there's so many things that we do, but they just don't know what we do. So it's good to have a conversation with them, like an open conversation, just to make them aware and stop that stereotype that they put on us, because it's not right. You know, if they just ask about it and not follow some negative media or whatever, because they only hear the negative media.
Yeah.
That's where they get their, that's where they get it from. They'll just watch that and not watch what's real.
So when you're in that training environment, how do you build confidence with someone who's come in and is like, oh, I'm a bit nervous about being behind a firearm, or haven't really done anything like this before, I'm a bit nervous. How do you build confidence in someone that's presenting themselves in that training environment to you like that?
I actually like these people because I feel like it's an extra achievement. Because one, you're going to build that rapport and get them kind of out of their shell and have confidence within themselves, which is shutting down what they've heard prior as well, because there would be a reason why they're nervous. And then I would just slowly break down why they're feeling this way, and then make them confident with information. So train them so that they're so confident that nothing can go wrong. And that's what the firearm safety is for, is for making people confident and safe. And so, yeah, there's got to be a reason why they are like that, but it's just about chatting to them. It's always about communication and then knowledge. So teaching them about the firearm and making sure that they're doing everything correctly, they know where everything goes, and not trying to put a 223 caliber in a 308 or something like that. So, and this happens. But yeah, I think it's really just about knowledge and supporting them, and knowing they know that you're there to support them. So
have you got a go-to story when someone comes in and they're nervous and you're like, kind of lay it out for them? Is there a story that is your go-to story when you've got someone like that to kind of ice break for them?
I usually end up telling funny stories, like someone I know shot their dad's car door. And I kind of like, yeah, I guess not really a story, but I do have a story where about my own confidence. So coming into hunting, it is a male dominated industry, and so you just got to kind of act like confident. Otherwise, if you don't, then, you know. Anyway, we were out hunting one time down in Oberon, and I was with my husband, and when he listens to this, he's going to be so mad.
That's the best part about this podcast. The husbands are always mad.
But yeah, they're mad because we go with them, but we don't need to go with them if we've got a women's thing. But this one time, like, because I hadn't shot a deer before, and we were hunting the reds, so it was rut season, and we called in this deer. I spotted it on the horizon there. It was up on a hill on that kind of ridge line, and I was like, oh, there it is. I was like, there's a deer. And he's like, oh, good. So he started like doing the call to the red deer, and it literally popped up 50 meters in front of us. It was like so close. And when it's that close and you're newer and you need to twist your side in so that you like not right on it, I wasn't fast enough, and I was this and that. And then I shot and I missed it, but I was like, I swear I didn't miss it. I was like so confident that I got it. And then him and one of our other friends, they walked away. It's like, oh, they're gone now. Because it's true, like with deer, if you shoot, they're gone. Like they run, especially reds. Reds are hard. Anyway, I looked at them. I was like, nah, I got it. I know I got it. So they walked away, and I was adamant. I walked down the hill. They were right at the top of the hill, and I kept going, and I was like, "There it is!" And I said to myself, so I walked down to it, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Please, please, please, please," because I wanted to shoot it. And I shot it, and then I turned around because they were at the top of the hill, and I was like down here. I turned around, and I was like, "Yeah!" And I was so excited, and I was jumping up and down, and my husband was like, "Oh my gosh." And so I remember that story so well, because if I hadn't have trusted my own instincts and been confident, then I would have never have gotten that deer. And so that is such a proud moment. And I was like, "See, I told you." So
Was he like,
yeah.
that's not how hunters behave?
Yes.
You're like, this one does.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I always tell that story. He's like, "Yeah, yeah." I was like, "I'll show you."
It's like a hold my drink moment.
Yes, yes. I loved it. I loved it so much. But yeah, because even reds, like a lot of people agree, reds are harder than fallow, I reckon.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. So
I think fallow are curious and aggressive. I liken fallow to like the 18-year-old boy that's just angry all the time and wants to
yes,
beat something up.
yes, it's that testosterone. But yeah, but I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna get bashed for saying this. Not bashed, but you know what I mean. But I just feel like fallow are dumb. Like they're just dumb. I'd see them like running in front of cars, like up where we are, the New England, and we just see them around. They're doing it, but reds are never like that. Reds always hide. They're just far away. But the fallow are different. I don't know if it's because there's more fallow or,
I don't
but
know.
yeah, that's what I find.
They're definitely pretty not smart.
Yeah, they're Bambis almost. That's what I call them, Bambis. Like, yes, we killed Bambi today.
Yep. Yeah, the reds make you work for it. Like full guts make you work for it.
Yep, and they're huge too. So if you want to, I did not bring that body up. No, we I don't like the word butcher, but we did butcher it down there. Like we took the antlers. It was a little spiker, like a teen spiker, not like a tiny one. It's actually on my Instagram page, but yeah, we took that, and then we took the back straps. We didn't take the hide on that one. But yeah, take what we could. And that's what you're supposed to do. You should be doing that. If you kill an animal, especially a deer, take the meat for someone else, or take it for your dog. Take the offcuts for your dogs. It's fantastic for them.
Like venison's the best meat you can get. Like
I
love
love
venison on the floor.
It's so good for you as well, the protein content. It's such a lean protein as well. I actually love doing like nachos.
That was going to be my next question. What's your go-to favorite venison meal?
Yep, so nachos is so good. And recently we cooked, we had a friend, you know the Doomsday Boys?
Yep.
Yeah, so James and Eden, they we hang with them quite a bit, and he actually turned up on my door with some venison. I was like, "You're a good man." I was like, "Oh, that's so kind." I was very touched by that. But yeah, so he turned up and gave us some minced venison, and we put it into nachos, and it was beautiful. I actually crave it now. It's just so good. If my dream is to get a Traeger, do you have a Traeger or anything? It's like a barbecue.
We've got the smoker. We've got the Oklahoma Joe smoker, which is the pellet fed one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone needs a smoker in their world.
Yeah.
And then we've got the other barbecue as well that does the grill lines on the
like kind of like a Weber, like a kettle.
The great big one, like it's a 6-burner. Thing that's we barbecue a lot.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like I feel like most of our diet is barbecuing. Like that's our go-to. The Traeger is American. You should look them up. But
Yeah.
Eva Shockey, she's, you know, Eva Shockey.
Yep.
She uses one, and I always look at what she cooks because she's quite healthy. And so I look at ideas for that. But literally in summer, especially, it's barbecue with barbecued veggies and
Yeah.
then potatoes or something. And it's so delicious. And then knowing that you harvested that meat, oh, it's the best feeling, isn't it?
So good. Absolutely so good. And
Yeah.
then being able to, that's the thing that I love the most is that animal's given its life, but then I'm feeding my family and my friends and my community with the life that's been given to me. So it kind of, yeah, it's something special. And everyone's like, we've got people coming over tomorrow night and they're like, what are you cooking us?
And sometimes you can't tell them if they're not used to it until they've eaten it.
We did that with my dad once. We got a goat and we made a ham out of the goat's back leg.
Yum.
And it was so good. And because my dad's a bit funny with this sort of stuff. And so I just had the ham chopped up in my fridge. And I'm like, oh, do you want a ham sandwich, Dad?
That
Oh,
is so
yeah.
good.
And he's eating this ham sandwich. I'm like, how'd you like that ham? He's like, oh, that's the best ham I've ever had, Cuz. And I'm like, that's goat, Dad. And he's like, no, it's not. And then I had to literally get the other leg out of the freezer and go, this is the
it.
leg. This is the other leg. And he's like, how did you make ham from a goat? I'm like, the same as you make ham from a pig. It just didn't fit in.
I just love it. Some people, like, because they literally just want to go to the shops and just not even think about. I'm the complete opposite. I overthink what's in food, so I'm like end up buying the most expensive stuff because unfortunately, it's more expensive with less ingredients. That doesn't make sense in my head.
I know,
at
right?
all.
The purer it is, the dearer it is.
It's weird. Like even with fruit and veggies, like pesticides cost money, right? So if you're not putting stuff on there, it should be costing less, right?
Right?
It's so weird. When you were talking about like, you know, like female hunters and everything, this is so funny, but I love Avatar, right? And I just feel like a warrior like her off Avatar. And like imagine living that life. That's like my dream life. Just run around
Right.
in the trees, you know, with a bow or a rifle. Like how fun would that be?
I'm a huge fan of Avatar, and it's exactly the same thing. I'm like, I just want to be running around in the forest on trees and just living my best life.
You know what? We could do an event. We could paint ourselves blue and pretend we're avatars.
I'm not tall enough to be an avatar, though.
And I ain't wearing a tail. Sorry.
Lines have been drawn.
Yes. I see you, all right? I see you.
So talk to me about free range outdoor adventures, mate. What's that? Where did the name come from? I think I kind of have a bit of an idea from what you said before, but where did the name come from? What is it about, and what do you offer?
So that's more my personal page. It's literally just everything about me. Like you'll see on it that is all outdoor stuff. It's hunting, it's fitness. I used to call it free range huntress, but I felt like that was very specific instead of like a broad range. So then I changed it to free range outdoor adventures. I'm sure that I tried a few other names, but they were probably all taken. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put an underscore between them and just see what works. And also, like, I used to be a lot more private because when I was in intelligence, you know, like I didn't want to be too out there. But now I'm released. So I'm like, be wild again. But yeah, so that page is just my personal one to promote everything that I promote on the New England Hunters and Gatherers and a little bit on the hybrid tactical performance. But yeah, they all like are the similar things, but they're just in kind of different sections. I yeah, I literally just want to get hunting out there. A lot of people do, but I just feel like if a lot of us are promoting it, it's going to get out there more and more and more. And then we're going to, like, I don't know, I haven't heard the update, but even with the firearms legislation, I think there's enough of us now and enough of the organizations, whether it be Shooters Union or any other ones. I think that them plus us doing that is going to be good. They haven't even, I hope it never passes. I hope the tightening of the gun laws never passes.
Have you,
Yeah.
when you're doing your firearms license training, have you been seeing more ladies coming through because of the regulations and the changes?
Yes, I have. One, it's because I think that they're like a female trainer, which is good. But number two, I think it's because the partners are now saying you need to get your license because you need to hold some of my rifles. Because if they're going to be saying only 4 rifles, then that's what's going to happen. That I, I honestly don't understand it, because it doesn't matter what they do. There's either going to be illegal activity or there's going to be people spreading out amongst their families. So it's going to be the exact same thing. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's actually, and this could be a controversial thing, but I think it's actually done our industry a favor, because
Yeah.
now more people are getting licensed, more people are
Yeah.
being educated on
100%.
firearms handling.
Yeah. And that's the
So we're
thing.
actually made the community safer because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
No. Yeah, exactly. And if you look at it that way, like, it's making me busier and I'm getting more women in, and they're realizing that they actually love it and they're not scared of it. They're aware. And so, yeah, thank you, government, because it's helping us.
yep, yep.
It's, yeah, because then, yeah, it's good.
So from the firearms training, do you then like bouncy ball kind of training into the hunting space from that firearms training? Do you then take it into that next level? Is that the vision?
Yeah, so a lot of people who come through here really are interested in meetups. And I had, at first I put in a women's the expressions of interest for the intro to hunting, but then one of the females said, my husband's interested. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just do a whole thing. And so what I kind of want to do is take a group out. We've got a property up north, or we can do it in my little workshop. This is my workshop in here. I've got like a big space. Like, this is a classroom, but it's in a shed. And just show them, like, help them to be more confident with the firearms. A little bit of first aid I'm not a first aid trainer. So even though I used to be, I'm not qualified to do that. So we would just go through basics of bush safety. What to pack. A lot of people don't know what to pack. You've got to think about where you are. So in the New England area, tomorrow morning is going to be -5.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's brutal. I'm a
Yeah,
Queenslander, mate.
tomorrow or Saturday, yeah.
Anything under
It's
10 and I'm freaking out.
yeah. The only thing that annoys me is my car gets frozen, then I have to wait because I don't have a smart car where you can just like clap your hands and it turns on. I'm old school. So that annoys me. But yeah, so what to pack, and it can range from, yeah, it matters where you are, obviously. And what you're hunting, because sometimes you're going to need more stuff than others. And just like hunting skills, so tracking game, knowing where your water source is just in case. It goes into a little bit of survival, but knowing how to take care of your animal when you've shot it, where to shoot it. You can get like a pulley to pull it up into the tree so that you can take the hide off if you want that. We even can go into tanning the hides because we do that. I've got them on my wall here. And just honestly, just being able to hang out with people who are like-minded, like that excites me. It's not fake. It's going out there, being yourself. You know, if I think of what Tomorrow When the War Began. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, like if we're all prepped, it's not prepper, but like if we're all out there doing that, we're good. Like,
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? Always be
Self-sufficient.
prepared. Yes. And that is a big thing that I promote too, is being self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And you don't have to rely on other things. Like, you've got this. You can go out, you know how to survive, you know how to get food, you know how to light a fire, you know how to practice hygiene out there even. And you have friends that know as well. You know, it's what an amazing community. Like,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. Yeah.
And what do you think self-sufficient looks like when you're talking about that community? To you, when you think self-sufficient, what do you think about?
When I picture it, I picture if we were to get a group of people where we are and take them out to the bush, everyone knows what they're doing. You're not self-sufficient if you go out there and then you're relying on someone else. Like, you got to be able to contribute. And so that's the skill that I promote and I want, is that when people go out, someone knows that you got to collect sticks for the fire. Smaller ones and bigger ones. Someone knows you've got to get water. Someone knows we've got to have food. Someone knows we've got to have shelter. We're prepared to go out hunting in the morning. We're, just all those kind of things.
Yeah. And so the ladies, I think there's a big misconception that the ladies are just new into this world. When you actually do some digging, we're actually just as involved in as men were right back to the ages. But and when I'm doing courses and stuff with the ladies, it's almost like there's this primitive thing that lights up in us ladies when we realize that we're capable. Have you experienced that as well?
Oh yeah. Like, when you say primitive, I think of, have you seen what's that movie with Ryan Reynolds and The Proposal? Have you seen The Proposal?
Yes. Yep.
And when they sing around the fire. You see? We're gonna go do that. Oh, sorry.
Man, I'm
yes,
watching that again tonight just for that scene.
Boy, that is the best. And then the song they sing, "To the window, to the wall," it cracks me up every time. But look, primal is, like you said, you know, if you're like that, when we go back to our roots, that's who I am as well. And you know other women who are like that, because it comes out and you just feel so natural in that environment and happy. Like, and it is feminine as well. You know, it doesn't have to be masculine. Like, we can be feminine out there and do feminine things. And I think that's a misconception as well, is that we're women hunting and we're mannish, you know, we're masculine. But it's not true. You know, we do women things, and when we come together, it is primal, and that's who we're supposed to be, and that's why we're happy, and that energy is there. And that's what we crave. Anyone who is in this industry craves that. That's why we crave it, because that's who we are.
It comes down to when you're tracking and you see your first sort of. I can't get through a podcast without talking about poo. I'm just thinking about it as I'm about to say it. But like, it's when you go out on your when you go out and you see your first sign of poo, and you're like, we're on.
Yes, exactly. I thought you were going to be going into like, and we have to use the she-we, and I'm like, no. Have you heard of she-we's?
I have, but I refuse to even engage.
I used one once, and it was just a disaster. I just don't even know. I thought you were like going in that kind of direction, but no. When we see gaming trails, is that what we're talking about with poo? Yeah. Yes, I love it. And we're like so excited because we know there's something there, especially if it's fresh. That is when that adrenaline kicks in. I love it.
Yep. Yep. And seeing someone see it for the first time as well.
They're so excited, aren't they? Don't you just love being with beginners as well? Like their excitement rubs off onto you.
100%.
And it's like you're hunting for the first time again. It's like, it's such a good feeling. Like, I don't know why people don't get addicted to it. It's so good. Bit of a dopamine hit. That's what it is.
So, firearms confidence, bush safety, navigation, all of that stuff, you're going to cover that off in your course?
Yes, and navigation. Yeah, that's right. Because, I used to be terrible at navigation. I used to be like, where the heck is anything? But it's actually not. Yeah, that's me. Yes. And then, but like, it's so fun to read maps as well. Like the little contour lines in the maps, when they're really close together means it's really steep. Yeah, yeah. So knowing that kind of thing, and you can go really old school, like use a compass, and we've got smart stuff everywhere now, but I don't like to rely on that because it kind of defeats the purpose. But yeah, it just with navigation, it's a big thing to learn.
Yeah.
Very, like just to get to a water source if you need to, following that river line. Yeah, it's very important. So it's very
knowing
good
where
to
the
learn
feed
that.
is and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because realistically, if you're trying to survive and you don't know where you're going, it's a bit of a disaster. Yeah, you're going to get found by the intruders.
And what's one piece of advice you give to the ladies before they go on their first hunt? When someone reaches out to you and is like, Claire, I'm about to embark on this. What's the one piece of advice you tell absolutely everybody that's a must do for them?
Preparedness. Be prepared with every avenue. Like, know your plan, know exactly what you're doing, what you're hunting, what you need to pack, just so that you can relax and you can enjoy it and not be stressed. Like if it like pours down with rain, are you prepared for that? If you like, obviously I don't recommend going on your own, but if you're on your own and you twist your ankle, can you get help? Do you have satellite? Do you so preparedness is a massive thing, and I would just talk them through their plan. Yeah.
And do you talk to them about when they first see the animal?
Yeah, so a lot of people get that buck fever, don't they? Yeah, so when they first see the animal, I honestly, my style of hunting is very slow. Like, I'm not a see an animal run, because like a lot of people aren't, but some people are, and I don't want my heart rate to be high. I want to be relaxing. And so when they see the animal, yes, take some deep breaths, think about what you're doing, think about what you've learnt, and you will know this because you're prepared for it. And with your position, especially with hunting, don't just take a shot because it's there, because in a stable position is going to be the most accurate. Lean on something if you need to. Like, if I'm talking about shooting positions, I hate standing shooting by my, like, if I'm just not leaning on it. I suck at that. Like, if I have like a nice chassis or something and it's like a tactical front sling or whatever, I could probably be better. But like with my 308, it's quite long, the barrel's quite long, and so I just am not stable. So I'll lean against a tree, or I'll go in the fork of a tree, or I don't even like lying down sometimes, because unless you got the bipod really high, I feel like my shoulder sits really high. And these are the things you learn when you're experienced and you go out all the time. But yeah, I honestly think when you see the animal, you just got to think, am I stable? It's okay. It's there. If you're hidden and you're not loud, it's going to be there. It's not going to get spooked. And if it gets spooked, don't rush it. It'll see you again. You haven't shot at it. So yeah.
So I'm going to just go back a little bit. Why is your heart rate important?
Well, your heart rate, if you think of your heart rate, the breath, you could be shaking even, and you're just not stable. You've got to slow it down, relax, not put off those stress vibes, So I would just take a lot of deep breaths and not have a high, if your heart rate stays really high, you might even faint. Do you know what I mean? If you hyperventilate, it's like, you just need to chill out, okay? But yeah, it's more if your heartbeat's going do 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 do, and you're not stable. You got to slow it down, and then take a nice controlled shot. Yeah. Other
And
people might think differently, but yeah, I just feel like your heart rate needs to be stable so that you can think clearly.
such good advice. And before they even think about going out for their first hunt, what do you recommend they work on?
I would practice. So this is in my Hunt Ready program as well. You can get like weighted bars and stuff, but I would just practice your fitness and your health and fitness. That's what I would practice. I would practice movements, what kind of stance you want to be in when you're shooting. Use something weighted. Take a rucking pack or the tack source weighted vest. I think it's a 511 vest that I got from tack source. And go and practice. There's go out in the bush and just pretend even. Like I always, there's a bush, heaps of bush here. I go running up at one of the mountains here, and there's deer there, but I'm running, then I'm around it. So like just put yourself there, get in the bush, relax. When you see your first animal, just chill. But yeah, that fitness is a big thing, because like I said in my first story with the goat, I always remember that story. I have to send you the photos. I have to.
Yes,
like,
you do.
Yes. Because like you'll see my face, and like I've got a bit of weight on me and I'm fully red, but I'm just so happy that I got this goat. Some people are born killers, right?
Pinnacle of
Only
huntress.
joking.
Is that why you took huntress out of your Instagram handle? Was it
Yeah,
after
see?
that photo?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not selling this.
Yeah, exactly. Anything, right?
So is there a piece of advice that you give to people now that you wish you had have been given when you were back starting a hunting journey?
Yes, one of the things that I bring up in my course, and this again is to do with shooting stance. I must have some kind of trauma from this shooting stance thing. But like a lot of people are going to say, you're shooting like this, you're shooting like that. My guidelines would be, you shoot how you feel is accurate and you feel that is most stable, because how someone else shoots is not how you're going to shoot, and you got to feel the shooting. Do you know what I mean? You got to feel if it's correct. If you're listening to someone and they're like, put your shoulder up this, put it in this, put your neck up, or something random like that. They don't say that, but I'm saying hypothetically. And then I'm like, this ain't working. But if I get down and I'm solid and my feet are like wider and that works for me, that's what I would take from that. So yeah, the shooting stance is a big thing.
It's important.
Yeah. So I wish I knew a bit more to believe in myself, and people need to believe in themselves, because like we talked about before, we're meant to do this. Our body knows. It's like women and having babies. Our body knows what to do.
Yep, 100%.
We just know that's what we're made for. Yeah.
And how has being in the outdoors helped you, do you think?
You know what? It's helped me so much mentally. Again, I'm relating back to where we came from. I went through so many things. I've been in offices, and the outdoors is where I belong. I always say to my husband, I could live in a tree house. I love farms. I just love everything about the outdoors, and that's why I wanted to be like in the military as well, because, like being a soldier, I'm very connected to the military. You probably noticed that about me, because I just have such a gratitude for soldiers and what they go through, but also like I just love their training and they're always prepared. But yeah, mentally, the outdoors has my mind clear. And
Yeah.
if I'm not in the outdoors, even if I'm inside during the day too long, today I did a first aid course and I was like, oh my goodness, dying of boredom, but I needed to do that because it's part of it. And the teachers were very good, but I just can't do it. I'm an outdoor person. I could live as an avatar, I told you. Or Wonder Woman or Xena the warrior princess.
Now you're nailing it.
I love it. And I always I want women to go out there and do those sounds with their mouth just to feel primal. Get out of your comfort zone.
There's something about calling in a deer.
Yeah, 100%.
The first one always feels weird and sounds like you're the crazy woman who's,
yeah, especially if you accidentally
do
the wrong sound. Like if somebody else comes out, you're like, oh, that came out. What's next?
This is exciting.
Yeah. Oh, I learned a new thing. Have you ever called a dingo in?
No.
Now they are fun to call in. Yeah.
No way.
Yes, and don't ask me to do it because I'm not. Yeah, that's something that comes with confidence. Like with any animal you're calling in, right? If you're like, I'm just doing this, you just do it. If you think about being nervous and all that kind of thing, you're going to sound weird, and the deer or whatever are going to be like, what the heck is that type of deer? Like,
there is a two-legged thing standing over there trying to sound like God knows what. Let's go over there.
I'm sure they're like thinking, what the hell, man?
Another one of those two-legged things making weird noises. Let's get out of here.
Back. They're back again.
So before we wrap, I've just looked at the time and I'm like, oh, I can't believe that it's gone so quick.
Yeah, it's great. This is why I love it. I love having a chat. It's so good.
So I got 4 questions for you. Yep. First one, what does it mean to you to be a woman in the hunting world?
It means when I think this might be answering another question as well, but being a picture bringing women into the space that they're supposed to be in, and leadership to me is a massive thing, and I love leading and I love community, and so being a woman in there and bringing other women in just brings me happiness and joy. Like I just am so passionate about it. So yeah, bring more women in.
And when someone thinks of you or sees your profile for the first time, or it's just first initially engages with you, what do you hope they see?
I hope they see someone who inspires them and motivates them, and someone who they feel comfortable in going out hunting and in the outdoors with. Being like, yeah, I want to go with her. She looks good. I want to go and learn off her. And I literally want to be inspiration to others, because if I can give people confidence, that is me winning. Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And what's next for you?
So I'm working. So I'm building my hybrid tactical performance business, which is the fitness side of it, and then also hunt New England hunters and gatherers, which is the firearms safety training and the workshops. So the workshops are going to be a big thing. I want to do them regularly, but I also would love, can you just picture a whole group of Australian women hunters going over to, say, America and being with those female hunters as well? Can you imagine?
So cool.
All of us women hyping each other up, supporting each other, leveling up together, and then we're going to meet people in America, women in America, and do the same thing there. And it will become a world thing, that's how big a scale I'm thinking. And there's so many of us as well. I get so excited. It gives me goosebumps. So exciting. And also, come on, we want to go to the SHOT Show in America.
Right.
Let's just put that out there. My husband's going to be like, oh my gosh, my bank account.
Minor details. Go get another job.
Yeah, exactly.
And is there anything that we haven't talked about that you wanted to cover before we wrap?
Not really. I just hope that other females, and it doesn't even have to be female. I feel like just other people listen to this and they feel inspired. And I hope that they reach out, whether it's to you, me, or someone who they know who's a hunter, and that they get into it and feel confident and know they can do it. Like, I just really feel like women need to know that you can do it. We can do anything we put our mind to.
And is there anyone that supports you in your world that you want to give a shout out to and a thanks to?
Well, first of all, my husband, because he is my biggest supporter, and my kids actually as well. They all supported me in all of this, and they get into it as well. But just, I mean, there's so many female hunters I could shout out who I feel inspired by, but it's just all of them. And then obviously I want to thank Tac Source and Zero Tech as well for believing in me to promote their brands. And I love their brands. Both of them bring different things, and I always feel with Tac Source, I feel tactical. People talk, tactical, they say that you are. I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah. It's like tacti and then COOL. That's what they say when you're into tactical gear, but you're not in the military. They say, "Oh, you're so tactical," and I'm like, "Well, I am, yes." But yeah, look, I could shout out to individuals, but I just want to shout out to the community and say thank you to the community for coming together. Thank you for having me on the podcast, because I just feel like with you doing what you do, it does bring people together, and everyone in their efforts, whether it's the legislative side of it or the MP side of it or putting on a podcast, whatever it is, they're doing something, and that's pointing us in the right direction. So yeah.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your time, Claire, and thanks everybody for listening. We'll put the links in the bio and all of that sort of stuff, so make sure you get behind Claire and her pages and her businesses. If you're in Armidale, make sure you check her out.
Thank you.
And until next time, keep doing the things that light you up.
Thanks so much, guys. Enjoy.